If there's one thing I've learned about Harry Potter, it's that it's a very unoriginal work.
Is JK Rowling actually the mind behind these beloved characters?
Maybe? I'm not so sure. Back when I was a student in university, trying to complete my BA in Literatures and English, I realized something. A similarity between Rowling's Harry Potter series and a book I had studied in high school. An unlikely book of a completely different genre, To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. Before I continue, I should state that I'm one of those poor souls who have been indoctrinated into so-called gender ideology, which Rowling has so fiercely been attacking in recent years, to the extent that she took it upon herself to be a driving force in the cyberbullying of and misinformation surrounding the Olympian boxer Imani Khalif this year. While this video has nothing to do with that, I just wanted to say that I support trans people and trans rights. Anyway, in case you don't know, To Kill a Mockingbird by the late Harper Lee is a Southern Gothic novel. Originally published in 1960, it has a few themes, including racial inequality, which is the relevant theme for this video. In it, Harper Lee tells the story of a black man wrongfully convicted of sexual assault. Although it does have its issues, such as the white savior trope, it is still considered a classic to this day, because of how candid it is in its depiction of racial tensions and racial injustice. If you're familiar with Harry Potter, then you probably have already figured out what overlap there could possibly be between Mockingbird and Potter. One of the themes of Harry Potter is bigotry regarding wizarding status, which has often been read as an allegory of real-life race relations. There is of course a spoiler warning for both To Kill a Mockingbird and the sixth book of the Harry Potter series, Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. And, more importantly, there is a content warning because I will be discussing sexual assault. Okay, I'll start with Mockingbird because I imagine less people read or remember that book. A young black man named Tom Robinson is accused of the rape of a young white woman named Mayla Ewell. In actuality though, it's the other way around. Mayla sexually propositions Tom, who turns her down. Mayla is forceful though, causing Tom to run away. Mayla's family, the Ewells, are so-called white trash, the poor and disadvantaged of white society, looked down on by wealthier white people. Still though, they are white, meaning they are seen as higher class than black people, which means that what Mayla does is extremely shameful to her father. Having been mistreated by her father though, it makes sense that she would try to find affection in the one person she could. In the end, Tom is found guilty of rape and then killed as he tries to escape prison. Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince tells us the also tragic story of Merope, a witch from the Gaunt family. Like the Ewells, the Gaunts are impoverished. They are, however, a pure-blood wizarding family, and only seen as better than muggles and muggle-born witches and wizards for that reason. Merope falls in love with a muggle man named Tom Riddle, which her wizard supremacist father certainly does not approve of. Since this is a world of magic and love potions, Merope manages to magic her way into Tom's life, gaining the love and affection she has always sought, even though it's not real. Years later, after living a life free from the woman who magically seduced him, Tom is killed by his own son, the unloved love child he had with Merope. You see the connection, right? It's not exactly perfect, but these events seem too similar to be a coincidence. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm all for drawing inspiration, but Rowling is quoted as saying, "I find it very frustrating because, speaking personally, I haven't got the faintest idea where my ideas come from, or how my imagination works. I'm just grateful that it does, because it gives me more entertainment than it gives anyone else." End quote. If it is a coincidence, then wow, what a coincidence. If it isn't a coincidence, then I find it hard to believe that Rowling wouldn't know where she got the inspiration for the subplot of her overarching story. The name similarities alone are glaring. While I find it hard to imagine Rowling reading To Kill a Mockingbird on her own time, it has found its way to British schools, so maybe that's how Rowling read it, if she did. But hey, that's just me. I'm just a small YouTuber shamelessly riding the algorithm wave around Rowling's name so that maybe I can get some success on this platform. So who am I to judge, right? What do you think though? Is it a coincidence? Am I reaching? Is there anything to all this? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. I've been Ken Kwame and I'll see you next time. An unlikely, an unlikely, an unlikely.